a settlement for the Sandy Hook victims from the makers of the AR-15.
Today is a day of accountability.
Thousands of pages of internal company documents could soon be released to the media. The rate of new vaccinations is at an all-time low.
We can't quite give up yet,
as COVID numbers continue to fall. And on the White House watch list,
families are getting clobbered by the cost of everyday things.
The president working to bring inflation back under control. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Juliana Restrepo.
I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Wednesday, February 16, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Sandy Hook settlement, the makers of the AR-15 agreeing to pay millions to the families of the school shooting victims. The historic settlement is between a gun maker and families of an infamous mass shooting.
The network's Delali Solache is in the control center with more on this.
Families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims have reached a $73 million settlement, and it comes more than 7 years after the lawsuit was filed.
Today is a day of accountability for an industry that has thus far enjoyed operating with immunity and impunity.
Gunmaker Remington has agreed to the settlement with the families of 5 children and 4 adults killed in the massacre.
Every single day we miss who Rachel would be.
Remington manufactured the Bushmaker AR-15 style rifle that was used in the 2012 attack that left 20 children and 6 adults dead in Newton, Connecticut. Lawyers for the families claimed Remington knowingly marketed military-grade weapons to unstable individuals.
It's not a useful weapon for hunting or for self-defense. It was designed to kill quickly and efficiently.
With Remington now in bankruptcy, families will split the $73 million settlement. Plaintiffs' attorneys say that it's all the available coverage that Remington's 4 insurance carriers could pay. The families have gained access to thousands of pages of internal company documents, and their attorneys say they have the right to make them public.
These families, they would pay everything. They'd give it all back just for 1 minute. That would be true justice.
Last summer, Remington offered the families nearly $33 million as a settlement offer. And in 2020, Remington filed for bankruptcy for the second time in 2 years. In the control center, Zitlali Solache for the South Florida Media Network.
2019, a young girl is found beneath the stairs of a home in upstate New York. At 4 years old, she was found by police serving a warrant on Monday. The house is 150 miles from where the child was last seen. Police say the girl was in a secret room under the stairs that leads into the basement.
He took a flashlight and looked between the cracks between the steps. He saw what he thought was a blanket. And at that point, they used an halogen tool, a forcible entry tool, and they started ripping the steps off the staircase itself. And at one point, they saw little feet, as he put it.
A neighbor told police that even though the house was a large playground outside, she never saw any children. The girl is now back safe with her legal guardian. An event was held at FIU looking at the future of freedom in the Americas. The network's Claudia Morales was there.
Adam Smith Center for Economic Freedom at Florida International University, along with the Livre Institute, the Foundation for Economic Education, and the Atlas Society, hosted the Future of Freedom in the Americas event for an empowering conversation on how market exchange and entrepreneurship can liberate and enrich Latin American communities. The dangers of populism in Latin America, the impact of freedom in human progress, and lessons on liberty for the future of the United States were some of the topics covered during the event. Yvette Diaz is the foundation director for the Livre Institute. She says that the purpose of the event is to serve as a resource of information for the community.
The next generation of Latinos in this country is really critical to preserving freedom and really promoting that human flourishing. And so through events like this one, through the events that we hold in our community, as well as online resources, we want to continue this conversation.
During the conference, the speakers emphasized about the importance of recognizing Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua as totalitarian regimes that represent a threat to Latin America.
A couple of things. One is that, of course, the fight for freedom didn't come for free. It came at a great cost, cost of fortune, of lives. And it's that freedom, actually, that unleashed the vast capacities of people.
The event was open to students and the public, while presentations were delivered by speakers in English and Spanish. Reporting from Florida International University, Claudia Morales for the South Florida Media Network.
You'll be able to see more smiles the next time you're at the happiest place on earth.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
I think we need to keep working on vaccinating more people.
Despite pleading from the medical community, the rate of new vaccinations in the U.S. is plunging. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Doctors saying the rate of Americans getting a new dose of COVID vaccine needs a boost this morning.
The pace of people getting their booster shots is at an all-time low in the U.S. and is raising concern for some health experts. The latest CDC data shows that more than half of the U.S. population is vaccinated. However, less than 30% of those eligible have received a booster shot.
I think I've reached a point where there aren't going to be a lot of people voluntarily kind of seeking out vaccines. That crowd is all vaccinated. So we're going to have to use other policy efforts. We should continue doing outreach to people to try to make it easier. We can't quite give up yet. I think we need to keep working on vaccinating more people.
The newest booster data comes as several pandemic precautions, such as mask mandates, are being lifted in many cities and states. Officials say being fully vaccinated and boosted is the best way to prevent severe outcomes from the COVID-19 virus.
Last Tuesday, Disney World and Disneyland are updating their mask policy. On February 17th, both Disney parks are making masks optional. If you're fully vaccinated, you're allowed to remove your mask indoors, except when on enclosed public transport. This holds for everyone above age 2. Those who are unvaccinated are still expected to wear masks while visiting the parks.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
I'm Juliana Restrepo. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.